Next year is NASCAR's 75th anniversary, and for its 75th anniversary, NASCAR is doing something it has never done in its history. A street course, and it's going to be in Chicago. That's right, of course, there have been rumors, reports, speculation, talk. There was even an iRacing event back when the Pro Invitational was a thing. On this course, the Chicago Street Course, today it has been confirmed that it is happening. NASCAR is back in Chicago, but this time they're in Chicago, and it's going to be on the streets of Chicago. Of course, NASCAR used to race at Chicagoland Speedway, which was in Joliet, Illinois, which is outside of Chicago, but still, they're going to downtown Chicago. So let's get a look at the course here real quick. We're going to look at a ton of things. We're going to look at logos of the track, the new thing. We're going to look at the track itself, talk about some of the things that were said during the press conference. We're going to talk about the idea of it as a whole, talk about where it's going on the schedule, the weekend it's going, everything about it. We're going to talk about it right here, right now. So yeah, let's look at the course first. So here you go. I'm not too familiar with Chicago. I don't know the iconic, I know the Willis Sears Tower, whatever they call it now. I think they got a pier. There's some other things. They got a cool skyline. I think that's going to be in the background. But other than that, I don't know much about the iconic streets of Chicago. So people from Chicago, people familiar with Chicago, you're going to have to tell me if these are iconic streets or not. But here's the course layout. So we got turn one. As in me going from Columbus Drive, turning left, NASCAR, real classy, onto Balbo Drive, and then you go onto South Lake Shore Drive, and then you go on to Roosevelt Road, Columbus Drive, then down to Congress Plaza Drive, Jackson Drive. So yeah, those are the road names. But looking at the course itself, there's a lot of 90-degree turns. I'll say that. They really nailed down the 90-degree turns there. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 11, turn 12. 12 turns, 2.2 miles through the streets of Chicago. You go in front of a really cool water fountain, it looks like. You got the skyline in the background. Looks like that's, I think they say, God, what lake is it? Did they say Lake Michigan? It might be Lake Michigan. My geography, I get the Great Lakes mixed up. Usually I'm good with geography, but the Great Lakes, I always mix those up. But anyways, so that'll be an interesting sight to see. You got the Great Lake right there. But, they're going to have a full-on kind of paddock experience, and they kind of release some renders of that, some pictures of that. So here those are. Looks like it's going to be pretty neat. Pretty fun, maybe, if you can afford to do that, if you want to have a lot of fun in Chicago. But the date for this weekend, or this race, I should say, for the Chicago Street Course is going to be the weekend of July 1st and 2nd of 2023. So, what does that mean? Well, of course, the past couple of years, the July 4th weekend has belonged to Road America. Road America, a long-time track in NASCAR for the Xfinity Series. I think it's had some Truck Series races there. It's had IndyCar, IMSA, all that stuff. But it just got the Cup Series a couple of years ago, back in 2021, so I guess last year. And they've had 2 races there now. But it is looking like, or it is expected, that Road America will lose its date for this Chicago street race. If not, it's definitely losing its calendar date because, July 4th weekend, so it's no longer there. But Road America is losing its date. So what does that mean, or what is the response going to be? Some people are a little bit upset. They really liked Road America. They don't exactly want a street course. But here's my thing. NASCAR has been bold the past few years, okay? Look at our schedule right now. With the street course, look at what kind of tracks we have. We have our normal short tracks. We have intermediate, mile and a halves. Super speedways like Daytona. And, your typical road courses, a Watkins Glen, a Sonoma. But look at what NASCAR has done in the past couple of years. They have added more road courses, yes, like Road America, Circuit of the Americas. But they have added a dirt race. Dirt onto Bristol. They've added a full-blown dirt race, and they added it onto a track that already exists, for the Bristol Dirt Race. They put NASCAR in a football stadium for the LA Coliseum. The only track that NASCAR is missing for the possibility of racetracks to be run on is a street course. It makes perfect sense for the next new track to be a street course. There have been discussions about this. Where would it be? Chicago was always kind of the favorite or the most talked about. There were some long shots. I think like Denver was one of the locations, Mexico City, some other places. But Chicago seemed like it was going to be the place because it had been talked about the most. They had done the iRacing thing there. And there was just so much more, I guess, believability about that happening. And once again, NASCAR, they have gone bold with the schedule the past few years with some major additions to the schedule, adding more road courses, adding a dirt race at Bristol, the football stadium idea with the LA Coliseum, going to different places, trying to get different fan bases. I know NASCAR fans need to be mad at everything. They feel the need. Anything new, they got to be mad at it. They got to scream at it. They got to be enraged by it. Even if it ends up being good, they'll try to claim. They'll be, oh, I always loved it from the beginning. No, you didn't. Not all of them did. Look, I know there's some of you who are genuinely, like me, excited about this idea from the beginning. Because I don't know, but I'm optimistic, okay? NASCAR's made some good calls the last few years. The Coliseum was fun. Bristol Dirt, it's unique for sure. But some other racetracks that have been added, COTA has had some pretty fun races in the two of those, despite the rain controversy in the first one. There's been great attendance at Road America. The only problem with Road America, though, sure, the attendance has been great. I've heard nothing bad about it in terms of the fan experience there. It seems like all the fans that go there, they had great times, which is awesome to hear. You love to hear when people go to the racetrack and have a great time. The problem, though, is the TV ratings weren't that great this year. I think it was under 2 million. It was second or third on the weekend in terms of ratings for sports, behind like WWE. It's kind of tough. And so that's not great. But people always say if you want the track to survive, you got to go to the race and stuff. And fans turned out at Road America. They showed up. They supported the track. They supported the races that were there. They had a great time. But unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to be enough. The racing there itself, for the Cup Series at least, has not honestly been great. It hasn't been terrible either, but it just hasn't had, it hasn't had a crazy exciting race yet or something. For the Cup Series, I think we're cutting it too short in terms of, giving it a chance. But at the same time, from a business perspective, I guess it kind of makes sense why Road America would be getting the axe. I personally am still on the train of every track should only get one race. So, maybe they should have gotten rid of a Texas date, get rid of a Richmond date, a Phoenix date, keep Road America, have more tracks as a possibility. But unfortunately, that does not seem like it is going to be the case. So for the Cup Series, I think Road America is definitely going to be missed just because of that fan experience, the fan environment. Everyone seems to love it. Sure, the racing isn't great, but it is a fun road course. It is a unique road course, and it's one of the most iconic road courses in the country. So it's going to be missed. But as for Chicago, once again, I'm very excited for this. I think this could be a fun race. I don't know how it's going to race. I don't know how it's going to drive, to be honest. As I said, a lot of 90-degree turns. So it's going to make it interesting. I would like to see a little more, I guess, uniqueness. I get that on street courses, you don't have that much flexibility. You can't add hairpins in there. You can't add S's areas, but I don't know, throw a chicane in there, throw something. The turn 8 through 10, that kind of long left-hander, that's kind of unique, I guess. But the kink kind of turn 3 is kind of fun. But it's something. It's unique. And once again, I like the street course idea just because it is the one race that NASCAR has not had yet. I mean, I've said it already, but I'll repeat it again. We got our short tracks. We got Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond. We got our intermediates. We got our Las Vegas, Kansas, Auto Club, those kind of tracks. Super speedways, Talladega, Daytona. Technically, Atlanta now, which is still weird. Anyways. Then you got your traditional road courses, long-time road courses like Watkins Glen and Sonoma. Then you got new road courses like Circuit of the Americas, But then you've got completely bizarre, not expected 5 years ago to be a thing, Bristol Dirt and the LA Coliseum. And now we are adding this, the Chicago Street Course. Once again, I think it's a great idea. Let's look at some of the other things. As I said, July 1st and 2nd, that weekend, is when the race is going to be. IMSA is going to have a race there as well to, you know, I don't know, just to have some more things this weekend. Since it's a 2-day weekend, it doesn't seem like all 3 series are going to be there. It might just be a Cup date in the Chicago Street Course. You know, maybe Xfinity stays at Road America for that weekend. Maybe Trucks, you know, wherever they're going to be. Maybe they'll have the week off. But it does seem like only Cup is going to be there. But, yeah, they had some cars there for the announcement. One for each manufacturer. Chastain's car, Briscoe's car, Bubba Wallace's car. So, yeah, I mean, I think Bubba's driving around downtown, like, on the course or something, just for a promotional or something. But, also, I didn't even think about this. So they had, the people they had there, they had, like, the executives in NASCAR. Steve Phelps, they had Jim France, Ben Kennedy was there. Then they had the mayor of Chicago, some other official Chicago people, like, I don't know, the chief something, I can't remember what they said, I'm sorry, but some official Chicago people that probably had to do with this decision being made. And I had completely forgotten about this, but Bubba Wallace was the driver representing NASCAR today, and I was thinking, I wonder why Bubba Wallace. And then I remembered, who is his team owner? Oh yeah, Michael Jordan. Does Michael Jordan have any connections to Chicago? I wonder if he does. Oh yeah, he won a couple championships with them. Just 6 of them. So I thought that was unique. I didn't even think about that at first. I felt pretty stupid once someone brought it up. But I thought that was very smart of them to bring one of Michael Jordan's drivers out and one of his cars out. The 23 car to be specific, because of course Jordan wore that iconic 23 in Chicago. But, you know, for that to happen, I thought that was very clever, very smart of whoever made that decision. But, you know, I'm sure that is going to be huge for advertisement. They're going to be like, Michael Jordan's coming back to Chicago, and his race team's going to be racing on the streets. So, yeah, looking at some other things here. Here's some logos coming to the streets in summer of 2023. You know, I think it's a unique idea. I think it's fun. There's some concerns and stuff, you know, as every new track, people have their concerns. Is the racing going to be good? What's it going to look like, I guess? You know, all those typical questions when you go to a new racetrack about the racing itself. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if this is going to be a great race. I don't know if it's going to be terrible. I don't know if it's going to be average. But it is a new track in NASCAR, and I think we should stay optimistic. I really do think we should stay optimistic. You know, as I said, just looking at some of the decisions NASCAR's made with some of the new tracks. Circuit of the Americas has been good. Bristol Dirt's been unique. It's something we haven't seen before, but it has had its fun moments. You know, just going to new places I think is great for NASCAR. Chicago is an area that was left back in, I guess, 2019 was the last race there. So, you know, going back there I think should be good. It's a very big market. It's new fans that are for a potential. So I think that's always good. Or going back to fans who were going to races and then they lost their race. They're getting to go back now. And I know, once again, NASCAR fans get upset that they're like, oh, we got a fan base already. We don't need new fans. NASCAR's going to, any major company, sporting event, sporting team is always going to look for new fans. That's always the goal, to get as many fans as you can, to go to your games, build up the revenue, whatever it may be. So it's, you know, NASCAR's going to try to branch out, and people were complaining about this with the Coliseum. Oh, no one in LA cares about NASCAR. A lot of people went to that race, a lot of people watched that race, and a lot of people enjoyed that race. So NASCAR branching out, trying to go to different regions, bring different things to different regions. But yeah, for street course, Chicago, I think it's a fun idea. It's a big city. It's a well-known city, obviously in the U.S., but I think around the world. So that could do something for people, but also, you know, other street courses or other regions that are unreached. I still think there should be a race in the Northwest. You know, the farthest north and west, I think, is probably Sonoma, if I had to guess, geographically. So I wish, something in Oregon, something in the state of Washington, something up there. I think NASCAR should aim to have a race up there. Not necessarily a street course, but I know Xfinity Series did a race in Portland, so that could be a possibility. But, NASCAR's reaching a lot of potentials, or, reaching out a lot of areas, expanding where they are going. Obviously, they're adding some races still in their traditional kind of southern region area. I guess COTA is Texas technically like the South. It's geographically the South. Some people don't consider it the South. We're not going to get into that discussion. Anyways, NASCAR has been kind of going out, branching out, new ideas, new kind of racetracks. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it could be unique. It could be fun. So yeah, as I said, you got this new Chicago street course. It's a unique layout, and there are a lot of 90-degree turns. Now, Ben Kennedy, this is new and developing. He says the street course is a 3-year deal, and Road America will not be on the 23 Cup Series schedule. However, he did not rule out a future return for Road America. So Road America is not in the grave yet. It's just taking a break. It could be back in the future. Remember that. So whether it's deals with SMI, if they get rid of one of their track dates, like a Texas date or a Vegas date or something. But yeah, so kind of just to wrap this up, it's a new idea. It's a new idea, and I think it's good that we have new ideas. Look at the LA Coliseum. Lots of people were skeptical about that. I personally thought it was a really fun race. I had a great time watching everything that weekend. It seems like the fans had a great time at that race. I think the drivers had a good time at that race. So NASCAR took a big chance there. It was a little bit risky. It could have gone bad. It could have gone wrong, but it seemed to be a success. This could also be the same thing. A lot of people are skeptical. A lot of people are upset that they're losing one of their favorite tracks with the Road America, and you're going to a street course, and people aren't exactly big fans of street courses. If you look at other series, but it could be good. The track is kind of unique. It's got a lot of similar turns in terms of the 90-degree turns, but still, it could be fun. It could have some action, some chaos. You're going through downtown Chicago. You're going to have some iconic sights throughout the racetrack. It's a new region, kind of abandoned. Now they're coming back to it, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say really, other than I'm actually excited for this July 4th weekend. I don't know how hot it's going to be in Chicago. I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I Googled this, but I threw my tablet over there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it get hot in the summers in Chicago? So that could be a factor. I'm assuming it's going to be a day race. But I think it's very unique. As I said, it's a unique track. It's a unique idea, something NASCAR has never done, but we've seen other forms of motorsports do. IndyCar added Nashville last year, a street course there, and that ended up being a chaotic race and a fun race. Difference is that their fans were excited for that one, so NASCAR fans, take note. Anyways, back to my thing. Yeah, street course is something NASCAR has never done before. It's something that I think is going to be fun. It should be fun. I hope the drivers are looking forward to. It's a region that NASCAR has kind of left in terms of the Chicago area, but they're coming back and they're doing something different with it. They're going to a street course in Chicago, downtown Chicago, and Chicagoland Speedway, that's probably not going to happen anymore. Rest in peace, Chicagoland. But Chicago street course could be fun, could be chaotic. Who knows? I'm looking forward to that first race there next year. Curious to see how the track races. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I've talked like 25 minutes about this. It's like 22 minutes on my clock right now. But yeah, as I keep saying the same things, but yeah, so we'll see how this race goes. We'll see how your favorite drivers do at this race next year. See how everything goes down at the Chicago street course, how everything gets put together. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think of the new track, the Chicago street course? Let me know what you think of the layout. Let me know what you think of, the idea of going to Chicago. What are some other potential areas to go to street courses? And let me know what you think the racing may be like if you had to guess. And yeah, just give me your thoughts on the whole thing. I'm excited for it, as I've said multiple times. I'm looking forward to it. Nothing else really to say there. Should be fun, should be unique. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video. We talk about NASCAR news all the time. This is a big one. Subscribe for new content. We talk about all the NASCAR news. Yeah, have a great rest of your day. See you later.